All right, all right. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to yet another episode of my trading journey, where this portion of my journey, I would like to uncover how to trade options on Thinkorswim. This particular option strategy that I would like to uncover is called the LEAP, which stands for Long-Term Equity Anticipation. I'd also like to uncover another strategy within that LEAP, and that portion of it is called a poor man's covered call. I'm gonna get logged on to Thinkorswim. We're gonna get right into this. Let's go. So we all logged into Thinkorswim, and I got the option chain pulled up for the ticker TSLL. As you can see, the pointed arrow is pointing towards that ticker. Now, do know before I get into this, I am not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before investing in the stock market or anything for that matter. Moving right along. So this portion of the trade is the LEAP, which again stands for long-term equity anticipation. And this is the trade I'm actually in. Now you see where that green box is? That's the actual contract that I bought. A LEAP is pretty much an option that's bought at least a year out. However, I went 2 years out. This is the January 15th of 2027. We're going to open this chain. So now you can see this is where I got in at. That's why that green box is there. And this is the $10.70 strike price. And the bid is currently $8.65. The ask is currently $9.85. Now this shaded area or highlighted area, whatever you want to call it, these represent in the money contracts, all of these up here. Now at the time of this recording, TSLL is currently going for $14.82. Or I should say that's where TSL was at the time of close of the market today. So you can see where I got in at. My trade price is $9.35 per contract. Now, as you all know, that's times 100, so that's $935 a contract. Here, I bought 3 of them. You can see where it says QTY plus 3, that represents 3 contracts. And I have here where it says days, I have 610 days till expiration. Now I'll kind of show you why I went so far out and how this could be income producing for especially those of you that are retired or semi-retired. This is a great way to produce income from the comforts of your home. So we're going back to the option chain. I'm gonna close this out. I just wanted to show you that I'm actually in this trade. And when the market opens again tomorrow, we'll see how this progresses. Oh, by the way, if you found value in the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you're ready to start your investing journey, there are 3 links in the description. One for Webull, one for Moomoo, one for Robinhood. Either one of those, you can get free stocks. Let's go. Let's get this money, y'all. Back to the video. All right, so we're going to execute this trade in real time. This TSLL, poor man's cover call. We are logged in Thinkorswim. We're going to use the 23rd of May 25. Pull that up, and we're going to look at this option chain here. And in case I didn't explain before, this highlighted area represents in the money contracts on the call and the put side. The dark area represents out of the money contracts. Now, to all options, they have what's called the Greeks, and there's 5 of them. So you have Rho, Vega, Gamma, Delta, and Theta. Now, of those 5, I mainly use 2, and that's Theta and Delta. So I'll briefly explain the 2 that I use. Now, Delta, that measures how much an options price changes for every $1 change in the underlying asset price. And Theta measures the rate at which an option's value decays over time as it approaches expiration. Now, in layman's terms, Theta simply is using a real life example. If you were to buy a gallon of milk on Sunday and it expires Friday, the closer it gets to Friday, the more of a chance that that milk will go bad. And here's a real life example of Delta. Now, when I'm choosing these strike prices, I look for a delta that gives me an 80% chance of probability that the trade will be successful. So as you see here, where it says probable OTM, this is the probabilities right here. So this particular one, this $18 strike gives me about an 83% chance of probability. Sometimes these numbers are kind of off, but when you use this actual delta right here, if you subtract, well, this is the way that I was shown how to do this. You subtract 100 from these numbers and that gives you your actual probability. So though this says 83.08, the delta says 22, that actually gives me a 78% chance of probability. So this is what I would use. I would actually use the delta. I personally like an 80% chance, however. So if I use this one, this is perfect. This gives me an 81% chance. But you see the bid and ask is pretty tight. It's a $2 range. Now if I use this one, this is the 1850. If I use this one, that gives me, I'd be selling it for 26 cents. Now if I decided to use this contract, this 1850, and I have 3 of them, that would give me 26 times 3 currently. Now being the market is open, that number is going to fluctuate. Now on face value, that doesn't sound like a lot. Yeah, that's $75 currently now because it's 25. However, the profit also comes from my contracts I bought were $10.70. I would also make the difference between those two, and that's the actual difference in contracts. That's 7.8, and that's times 3. Now, by the way, that's 7.8, that's times 100, which would give 780 times 3, plus the $75 of premium, the 25 times 3. Hope that wasn't confusing, but anyway, we're going to get into this contract. I want to see if I can get a little more. Let's try 27. And we're gonna, I want to sell 3. Now, you hit confirm and send. This gives you a chance to look at everything before you finalize it. Now on these 3 contracts, the max profit is 81. And we're going to see if this gets filled. And we are filled. So if TSLL actually goes to $18.50, I profit that way. Or if it doesn't, I get to keep the $81 and I keep doing it again and again for the next 2 years. And that's how you would execute poor man's covered call. So what did you think? Was the info helpful? If you found value in the content, please like, share, subscribe. Feel free to let me know what you thought in the comment section. Lastly, I'd like to take a second to thank all of you who watched the video. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And if you want to see more content, click up there. Till next video, love you all. Happy trading, be well, and